Now, as Dave, Jay, and Tony continue to cook, I have a chance to catch up with Ashcon, who's a part of the Explorer program. What is your favorite meal to eat here?
Chili, actually.
Chili?
Yeah, I like the chili, and just anytime we barbecue, it's always really good.
Okay, now, are you a good cook too? Because you have to, I know everybody shares in the duties here.
Well, I help out a lot
Okay.
with the when whoever's cooking.
Okay.
So like on my off time or when we're not on calls, we'll just go and help out the chefs. Happens to be.
Now, what if it's your night to cook?
I'm an explorer. I'm not a firefighter, actually.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean that you're an explorer?
Explorer is a program that's for people from ages 15 to 22
Okay.
who want to become firefighters, and they have a special academy for us
Okay.
held by LA County Fire Department at their training facility for 6 weeks. And those selected to go to that academy become certified, which I did 2 years ago. And because I'm still in high school, so
Wow.
I still have a lot to do. And
Yeah.
once you do your academy, you can ride along anywhere. This is my post station, so I come here a lot, but I can go to any other LA County station I want and do full 24-hour ride-alongs with the guys and go on all the calls with them and help out any way I can.
Now, what grade are you in and what school do you go to?
Senior at Peninsula High School.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So a lot of us will go on to work for ambulance companies, which I plan on doing this June, and just when I finish my EMT school, and then paramedic school, fire academies, and just stepping stones to becoming one of these guys.
Now, how much fun is it to hang out with these guys?
It's cool. I've actually been coming here for 4 years
Okay.
to this station since I was 13
Wow.
in 8th grade, and just it's like a second family, so
Very
I like
nice.
it. Yeah.
Very cool.
Uh,
Have you learned to cook anything since you've been
yeah,
here?
a lot actually. Just mainly prep, but I have had one day where I decided I would like cook, and I cooked 2 meals for them, and it's definitely hard due to the fact there's like 10 guys. And
Right.
it's hard to get the recipes down.
It's kind of a learning curve right there.
Yeah.
Now, how about sandwiches? Are sandwiches big here too, or?
Yeah, if the cook's feeling lazy, we'll go and just get sandwiches, and everyone can just make their own sandwiches.
You know what? We're getting the truth out of you. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so sandwiches, but usually dinner, it'll be everyone helps out whenever you can.
Very cool.
When you do get calls, it kind of sucks, and it always happens to land around dinner.
Always.
So,
Yes.
yeah. And they say I come here whenever there's food just because
'Cause
it happens to be the time I get out of school, and yeah.
And you have to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just like coming here, and the only time I really have to do it is their night shift, so.
Now, what's your favorite thing to make?
This meal right here is probably one of my favorite
Yeah?
because it's not just fajitas. I get to make there's a bean dip in the oven heating up for the guys.
Wow.
And fresh salsa on the table there. So
Very nice.
And it's really simple to make.
Okay.
It's really simple.
Now,
That's
what do you guys like to talk about when you're at the dinner table?
It depends. Depends on if anything happened that day. Any calls we went on were exciting. Guys talk about it, but some guys like to talk about their wives a little too much probably.
Okay.
Guys talk about their kids, stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know? But
Well, it's interesting because you do have 2 families, so sometimes you're at your own house having dinner with your family, and sometimes you're here with your firefighter family. So
we do.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rare that we all sit down and eat together because between the engine truck and squad,
Somebody gets
might
called.
get a call. So
right.
we might all sit down together at the same time, but we don't finish together a whole lot. So
Okay.
a lot of times we're eating dinner cold.
okay, that's what I was thinking.
So that's a great scenario. The fajitas are going to be put on the table hopefully right at 6 o'clock.
Right.
I'll make the page of the station. Chow's on, guys. Chow's on. As soon as they come in here, guess what? I'm on the squad today. The squad gets a call.
Exactly.
And if it's a call where we have to take the patient to the hospital, we're not back here for an hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
So we get back here, nobody's here, and there's our food sitting on the table, cold.
Just like you left it,
But
except now
it's
it's
got a
cold.
microwave.
That's good.
So.
That's good.
But that happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Now, do you ever order out? You order pizza?
We do because we have days here. They're sometimes busy. We get a fire or something happens where even if it's your cook day, we're gone all day. So we get back to the
Absolutely.
station at 5 o'clock. You don't have time to go to the store and,
No.
and make dinner. So we'll order pizza. Or there's a lot of restaurants in the area. We'll
Mm-hmm.
get takeout or we'll all head over there and sit down at the table. The Red Onion's across the street.
That's
and
true.
We'll do that. But
That's nice.
you try not to do that because the best part of the day is the dinner table with all the other guys. You
Right.
talk about the day. And that's when most firemen get together and bond. It's a great part of the day, dinner.
Right.
Especially dinner. Lunch too, but especially dinner.
I think it's important because it's that family unit that gets to sit down together
It
and
is,
have
it is,
yeah.
And everybody's joking, and sometimes there's somebody's getting picked on. And
Yeah.
it's good. It's fun.
That's
It's fun
good.
to sit here and have dinner, especially with this firehouse has 10 guys, so
That's a
it's-
lot.
It's a good time.
Now, do you have any firefighting cooking tips? Don't burn the kitchen down.
Oh yeah, exactly. If you everybody gets a call, make sure you shut it off.
All the burners are off,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
believe it or not, that's happened before. A cake in the oven, you get a call, And it turns out you're at the call for 3 hours. And
Yes.
about halfway into the incident, it's like, oh my gosh.
Did I turn it on? Yeah.
Yeah, I left the cake in the oven.
That's
so
great.
You don't want to be that guy.
No, definitely not. Do you have like Italian? Do you have lots of different kinds of dishes, or
A little bit. I've got one of each. You
Okay.
name it. I've got an Italian.
Okay.
I've got a Chinese dish.
Okay.
I've got,
Very good.
did I ever tell you when I made sushi one night?
What? Oh, we love that. Okay, I have to hear this story.
I think I scared some people. There's not much to this story. Guys said that they
Yep.
were working. I was working in overtime, and the guy said, "Hey, last time you worked, you made meatloaf. We want something healthy." I said, "Okay, fine." So I made blackened sashimi. I took ahi tuna and seared it.
Oh my God,
so I
that's
laid,
amazing.
over jasmine rice, and I made fresh poke.
Wow.
And then I made some chicken satay to go with it, and but they didn't know when I called Chow and they came in the kitchen, they didn't know what to do when they looked at that.
Did you have chopsticks and everything out there?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Chopsticks and little mixing wasabi bowls right in front of them, and
Great.
some of these older firemen just kind of looking like, "What is this?"
Yeah, like I'm not eating raw fish.
Yeah.
What's this about?
Everybody here knows how to cook real well.
Okay.
But actually, Dave and Tony, this shift cooks real well. Everybody on the shift, but Dave and Tony especially. Not only good, but they make good, healthy food.
That's
in
good.
the old days, it was not even in the old days. 10 years ago, it was always steak and potatoes every night.
Right. Or
every
spaghetti
night.
every meal. Yeah.
So guys are really more health conscious now, and it's
Now,
good.
do you kind of go through a cookbook too, or
I do, yeah. There's
okay.
a couple of cookbooks here, and what we'll do is, and guys that have worked here in the past, or guys working overtime, they'll make something that you've never seen before.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you made stuffed bell peppers. What's in
How
that
do you
recipe?
do that?
Where'd you get that? And that guy will be like, well, I saw so-and-so do it. So, you just jot it down and kind of make it your own. Don't copy him exact.
Okay.
So, almost all of my recipes or pieces that I've got from other firemen making stuff.
Now, do you have your own book that you keep them in, or your own container?
I do, yeah.
You do?
I have a book in my
Wow.
locker,
Okay.
yeah, with some
Very cool.
recipes in there.
Very nice.
So, I've got about maybe 25 to 30 recipes, but every time I cook, because there's 10 guys here, so I only cook, every 10 days.
Right.
And we work 24-hour shifts, so I cook once a month, unless I work
okay.
overtime here. So, and I always cook, I've got 25 to 30, like I said, I always cook like the same 2 or 3.
I was going to
every
ask
time.
you
Yeah,
that
I do.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wives, girlfriends aren't allowed, moms aren't allowed to come in here and cook for you guys, right? Or are they?
You know what, they have before.
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
We've even had celebrities come in here. and cook
Really?
for us. We have, yeah.
Wow.
We a few years ago, I was working at a station in Hawthorne, and a golfer on the PGA Tour by the name of Billy Andrade
Okay.
came in and cooked for us.
Wow.
And the guy was a phenomenal chef. He made what I remember specifically is he made probably the best crab cakes I've ever had.
And do people bring you things as well? They stop by and bring you
all the time.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
We're so grateful.
That's good.
People, mostly, if you go on a call and somebody, and it's their grandmother or grandfather, and you end up taking them to the hospital, the grandchildren will come in, bring a box of donuts or cookies or ice cream, saying thank you so much for helping my my grandma or my uncle or my dad.
That's nice.
So it happens all the time. We're
Good.
very grateful.